Good evening everybody and welcome to another stream. Are we live? Let's check to make sure we are. Stream excellent condition. Yes, that's what we want to see. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? Turn it down a little bit. Good, good, good. Ah. So, we're going to be working on Mr. Angron today. If you haven't noticed, there is a painting tutorial up on the channel right now, covering his face and all of that good stuff. Oh, I really need to tidy up my desk. There's paint everywhere. So yeah, there's the tutorial is up now. Really happy with it. Definitely getting my head round the whole process of moving paints around. The whole process of editing and stuff. So yeah, a few things I would like to try with the next one. I've found a place and I've downloaded it for the little clicky thing that pops up on your screen to tell you to subscribe and ring the bell and like the video and stuff. So I'm going to start putting that into the next videos. It's going to be cool. So yeah, so really happy. So as always, we're gonna kick off. We're looking at the Warhammers because I'm pretty sure there's some missiles with a dose of extra missiles that we all want to have a look at. So let's go over to the Warhammer community site, and as per usual, I am such a great streamer that that wasn't turned on. Am I even on the right page? No, would have been, but I wasn't. Let's go. There we go. Done. Right, let's have a little look-see, shall we? So in the last stream, we pretty much looked through all of this stuff. So we got the preview for next week's pre-orders, which we all know what it's going to be. It's the new Space Marine box, which kind of look cool, but kind of don't, sort of, maybe. I really like the Dreadnought, and the multi-part Lieutenant is kind of cool. The heavy intercessors are always kind of good to have, but the desolators, yeah, there is an article for these later on. We'll have a look at them, but yeah, I'm not. These guys here with the missile launchers, they look a bit weird. You do get 10 of them in a box. There's a little bit of a closer look. The Dreadnought is pretty cool. I do like the close combat dread. I'm not sure about, yeah. Personally, I'm not. I'm not interested in the box. Yeah. So obviously, Combat Patrol or Boarding Actions is the new boxes that are coming out for Chaos Space Marines. A Badin in a box, some Cultists, some Chaos Space Marines. Not bad. Boarding Actions Gene Stealers or Tyranids. Again, not bad. And I have a video coming out about Warhammer Plus very soon. In fact, I will probably be out next week. And it's simply titled, Warhammer TV, Is It Worth It? Now, I am a annual subscriber to it. I have paid my money up front. And I am not very nice to the whole thing. This, what you can see here, and this is every week so far we've had this, is absolutely a shit show. A battle report, which is basically just a free advertisement for the new stuff that's on pre-order. A Lawmaster, which is essentially they just read Wikipedia, and a couple of white dwarfs in the vault. That is what you're paying for. It's fucking horrendous. So yeah, it's not impressed with that at all. New lizards, and there's a lot more lizards to see. Even cooler lizard men's for Age of Sigmar. A couple of star players for Blood Bowl. Always cool to see more lizards. I do love the Blood Bowl artwork. I really do love the style that the art department for Blood Bowl is doing. It's really quite impressive and kind of cool. I like that. Okay, here we go. The new Desolation. So we thought, I just can't unsee it. It's from the side, it looks quite good. The actual belt-fed Castellan launcher is pretty impressive. But it's this box thing on the top. It just looks stupid. Sorry about that. So basically, we have the Super Frag rocket launcher, which is essentially AP1. It's a frag launcher that has quite a few shots. That's AP1, basically. With the Johnny 5 from Short Circuit heads on the top of it. And then we have the Super Crack rocket launcher, which of course has got more damage. And then we have the Vengor. So we basically got a Vengabus rocket launcher. Heavy D6, strength 6, -1 AP, 2 damage. Yeah. And the Castellan, which has got the main rule, which is the reason why you're going to bring these guys, is the fact that they can fire at 36 inches with heavy D3, strength 4, -1 AP, 1 damage. It is blast, and they don't need line of sight. So, yay. But all the other weapons do need line of sight, but that doesn't. Yeah, so, I'm not massively sold on them, to be fair. Not massively sold at all. Astra Militarum Kitbash. Joel. Who is Joel? Who is Joel? It's got a nice Imperial Guard army. Cool. Oh, Death Corps of Krieg. I like it. Games Workshop really should expand on these guys rather than just that kill team box. Cool. Wonder if he's got the big hole in the bottom of that. Oh, that's pretty nice. I like it. I like it. And obviously the really cool thing is the lizards. The new lizards. The new Seraphon looks so good. Basically, it's a salamander. So the new plastic salamanders essentially looks awesome. Really does look awesome. Like, I love the paint job on the fin. I mean, like, yeah, it's dinosaurs. It's dinosaurs that have dinosaurs as pets. Like, that's just so cool. So, yeah, can't wait to see what this thing does, but hopefully they're not as overpowered as the current salamanders are. All right, there we'll get to see. Globe of the Flame Acid. So 24-inch range, 1 attack, hits on 4s, wounds on 2s, nice. Rend -2, d6 damage. Okay. If any wounds caused by attacks made with a globe of fire acid are allocated to an enemy unit, subtract 1 from save rolls for attacks that target that unit until the end of the turn. Ooh, that's going to be spicy. The same unit cannot be affected by this ability more than once per turn. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Well, at least they're not doing an insane amount of mortal wounds like they used to, because that was seriously oppressive. But anyway, let's get to the big guy. The big guy. So yeah, like I said, I painted the... That's better. So, like I said, I painted the his face, and there is a video up on YouTube right now for that. So we're gonna start base coating the everything, and working on that. So on that note, I am going to get some corn red out and my large brush. I'm going to start working on that now. The next video I'm going to do on him is going to be probably the brass. So I'll be base coating the brass, but I probably won't get around to actually working on it. And then I'll do a video on one of the brass pieces. I want to do a video on the leather. So as you can see, I've sub-assembled it by keeping the cowl off and the shoulder pads. So I want to do a video on the leather, but again, I might do that with the shoulder pad, because the shoulder pad actually has the leather on it. So I might just do this shoulder pad, and then I can do some of the oxidization around the Legion symbol on his shoulder. And obviously there's the base, and then I want to do a video on that weapon there. he was quite difficult to film, to be fair. He is massive. He's not a little guy. Yep. So one of the videos I'm going to be working on very shortly is a video for glazing for beginners. It's a lot of world eater content that I want to do. A lot of world eater content. Oh, no way. How the hell am I supposed to get into there? I should have just gone for my initial gut feeling on this and just kept all of the armour off for sub-assemblies. But the main reason why I didn't is, you see these pipes here, these ones here, they're those pipes there with a little red dot on it. They attach from the back here and they attach to the front of the armour, which obviously is a little bit annoying if you want to break that down. Now yeah, I could have kept them off and like kept them separate, but like then they become a pain in the arse because you've got to attach them and everything else, and yeah. So I want to do the pinkiness, the sort of pink area up here, and then have that blended in to the red in around there. So I'm not overly worried about doing this part yet. He's a big guy. He doesn't feel as big as Bellicor did. Bellicor felt like really big and quite intimidating when she got the wings on him. Yeah, he's not the easiest to paint. I might have to like quickly be right back and then adjust the camera. Because he's a big boy and you're not really seeing much, to be fair. So yeah, what I might do that quickly. Actually, give me a second. Let me just adjust the camera because I think I'm too close in. I think I need to be out a little bit. So give me a second. Right. Okay. Let me. Nope, that didn't work. Let me zoom in and do that. Right. That's better. Ah, that's better. Go for the old school. The old school setting. Because he is a big boy. Yeah, you can see him a little bit better. So the way I do the skin is exactly the way I do it in the video. Even for like the body, I'll still be making the glaze with the Barrack Burgundy and Ink by Darkness, and I'll still put that across the skinned areas. And then work on that, and then slowly start glazing up the muscles and stuff. Now, of course, here on that shoulder where the shoulder pad's going to be, I'm not going to need to paint that. But I will still play around with it. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how his face is turned out, actually. But 100% I should have kept this chest plate off and then done it. If you're painting this just for tabletop, 100% build it, slap paint on it, don't worry too much about it. But if you're trying to go for a slightly higher standard, then you can keep the wings off. The wings have to be glued in first, and then the arms goes over the top. So you can kind of sort of see the arm has got that joint there, and the wings are sort of in behind it. So if you want to like proper sub-assembly, you can, but obviously just be mindful that you're going to have these little pipes attaching the wings to the main body and then the armor plate at the front. I should have just gone with my feeling and just kept them off at the start. Let that dry. I'll do the hands when I do the weapons. I need some more. I have stabbed myself about 6 times on it right now. This is the second glove today that I've had to put on. The first glove went straight through and just tore it in half. But been massively obsessing over analytics today. But yeah, this video on this guy is doing loads, really well. So just hoping the Angron video does equally as well as that. So I'm getting lots of notifications. It's okay, I'm happy with that. Cool, right. Let's go. So once we get the the base colours and everything in, then I'll start getting all of the detail work done. Again, like I'll do all the hands. It's probably going to need at least 2 layers anyway. He is an absolute beast, quite literally. Right, so what I want to do on that is, let me see if there's an actual picture of his tail in the book, because it's kind of got a two-tone vibe going on. Yeah, of course, there's no picture of his back. Of course there isn't. Is there one in the instruction book? No. Yeah. No. Either way, he has like a mottled black thing down his back. That's kind of what I want to do for that. So what I'm going to do is I'll paint it red, and then coming all the way down this black spine, I'll darken the corn red down, and then sort of glaze and feather that in. And the last time I painted a model this size on live stream was Bellico. If Mr. Thomas is watching, feel free to post your Insta, dude, and show some pictures off of him. If you're not watching, then don't worry about it. I painted him up as a birthday present for Tom. If you watch Strike and Scorpion 82, you'll have seen Tom. He's the real salty guy that gets really annoyed when he can't roll anything other than a 1. Or like really salty. Like really salt. Like unbelievable salt. It's impressive. It is impressive. Oh, hello, Tom. You painting away there, dude? So Tom thinks I should do battle reports on my channel. Right, let's flip this over. So when I'm doing the glazes for the shadows, literally just, you don't need to put it over this part, but like over all of these creases and stuff. That's where you mainly direct it. Oh, thanks very much, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna now have to do the whole thing. Can I start a new trend, just painting faces on the models? Darren Lace and Mazzy's legs. I have the faces. Not sure that's going to catch on. Did you watch the tutorial, Hunter? So this is the last time I believe anybody when they say, yeah, it's fine, the model's quite easy to get into. You don't need to worry too much about breaking it down into little bits. Bullshit you do. Cool, what do you think of it? You enjoy it? Was it good? Any feedback? Oh, I found out something really weird today about 40k that kind of like proper confused me, and even now has really confused me. So, as a World Eater player, I can bring demons in my army in a patrol detachment, okay? And the patrol detachment says that if they're 25% of the power level, then they count as something else, and I still get my blood type points. But it's power level that they have to be 25% of. So apparently, and I didn't know this, that in competitive 40k, you use points and power level when determining your army. But the power level's mainly for the percentages for allied detachments and stuff. Like, how do I work out 25% of my power level for my army? Do I have to like add it all up and then like work out the power level of the points that I've given to my demons? It seems awfully confusing. Awfully confusing. Because I was under the impression that match play used points. Narrative and open used power level. So I thought for match play, the whole demon rule thing would be 25% of your points would have to be, can be no more than 25% of your points. But apparently no, it's power level, which I did not know, and it's now confused the shit out of me because I have no idea how to add demons to my World Eaters army. So I think the best thing for me to do is not add demons to my World Eaters army. Just take World Eaters and Eggbound and Angry Man and Khan the Betrayer and a Lord Invocatus. And yeah, just don't worry about demons. So other than that, it really kind of like confused the shit out of me. Right. That thing on his tail is weird, but okay. Don't know what colour to do that, but we'll work something out. Right, like I said, I'm going to do the hands when I get to doing all of the weapons. And I want to do these parts here. I want to do then the Screamer Pink. So I'm going to be putting the Screamer Pink on. And then the power of glazing and blending, I'm going to blend it all into each other and then highlight everything up. It's going to be cool. But right now, I'm not going to be doing that because I'm not touching the wings as yet. Now, obviously, there is going to be a video regarding his base, which is going to be using milliput and this stuff, which I'm going to be doing on my day off on Thursday. I'm going to be making that, and I'll film me doing the whole thing of breaking it all apart and putting it in the Tupperware box and explaining what to do, because I'll film making it. The base video will probably take me a couple of days because I've obviously got to make the material, and then I've got to, pardon me, essentially get him almost finished so I can actually take him off this cork. I could take him off the cork now, to be fair, and then like work out where he's going to need to be and then build it up and build it. And again, once I'm building it, I'll be filming it and then I'll edit it and then we'll have that as a video. It's going to be really cool. I originally used this technique way back in the day, but I used you ever seen that sort of peachy colour oven dry clay that you can get? It comes in like a big box about that big. You get it from Amazon. Originally I used that, and you kind of fold it over so you've got lots of little thin layers, and then you oven bake it and get a knife and break it apart, and it kind of looks like peach slate, but it's not really slate, so you can drill into it and break it and snap it. It's kind of doing the same thing but using milliput and Fimo soft clay, so it should be interesting at least. So hopefully something that you want to do. See, and then obviously I want to do a video on the black leather as well. Right. I'm going to let this dry, and then we're going to get the brass, and we're going to start getting the brass on. Because the rest of it now will be taking my time, and then starting on the arms. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's so. I really wish I'd broken this down a lot more. It's the last time I listened to Mr. Black Mountain Wargaming. Right, the brass colour is Castellan. Cool, right. Here's a big boy. Still haven't decided how I'm going to do the brass. I'd like to maybe do true metallics on them. So what are you painting, Tom? Essentially, Angron is just red, bronze, and black. That's it. They're the main colours that you're working with. Berserkers. How many berserkers have you got now? 10. When's the next battle report with them? $20 what? Can't really see because I'm trying to be as careful as I can. Berserkers. Alright, cool. Yeah, so when's your next battle report? So for anyone who doesn't know, Tom does battle reports on Strike and Scorpion 82. He's an internet celeb. Ah, Sunday's tournament. Did you know about that power level thing? Apparently it's legit. This is where he goes, yes, Rick, I knew about that, but I never told you. So, there's a cowl that's going to go over the top of his head here. So I'm only going to be painting this in purely just to paint it so I know it's done. But you're not going to see any of this at all. What brushes am I using? I'm using a size 2 from Rosemary CO Series 33. There is a link in the description. If you're in America, you can't get them. I'll have to fire them an email and find out which ones you guys can actually use, because you've got import laws against it. But if you're not in America, then you're okay. You can use them. I think I'll have to check, but I think Americans use the 900 series brushes or something. Something like that. Right, so as I was saying, the cowl, wherever it go, I've kept off. So when I glue that in, none of that there, you're going to see none of it, basically. You might need to do a little bit of the brass, but I'm not even 100% sure if that is actually brass. Cool, no problem. They're really, really good brushes. I've used them for a long time. Is that brass? Oh, I should have broke this down to even smaller bits. No, it's red. Of course it's red. That's annoying. Right, fine, no problem. Okay. Not a issue. Thank you. Yeah, they're good brushes. Pretty cheap, affordable. Just make sure that you go for the short handle rather than the long handle. Long handles are about 11 inches. They're absolutely massive, and they're there for like watercolors. For those people that like hold the brush like this, like miles away from the canvas, that's what they're for. So you need short handles. They're really good brushes. There's a lot of us use them. Miniature painters. A lot of you use them and pay a lot of money for them for artist opus. Right, so apparently that right in there is supposed to be red. So, grr, I'm a dick. I should have done this yesterday when I did the video. Sorry, I can go over them again if I have to. I didn't think that was red. I thought that was bronze. Whatever mess I make to the butcher's nails, I can always fix afterwards. I honestly did not realise that was red in there. You're not really going to see it once the cowl goes up, so... Right. Okay, let's continue with the brass. One of the videos I'm really looking forward to making is the blood gore effect that's going to be on the end of this. That is going to be awesome. Oh yeah, has anyone seen this? Right, seen the size of this axe? Watch this. Like, the axe is bigger than a marine. It's nuts. See the content creators who were able to get this painted up and pumped out to a pretty high standard on pre-order day, is fair play to them. But then if you've got an airbrush and do this full time, I suppose it's doable. Ow! And stab myself again. Got a feeling I'm actually going to draw blood paint in this. Right, that looks like, I don't know what that looks like, but it's definitely not supposed to be brass. Right, I'm not painting them because I'm not too sure if that's the right colour. I want to do like a verdigris effect on some of the armour. Right, time for the legs. So what does everyone think of the rumours of new Primarchs coming? I can 100% categorically state that Fulgrim is coming because I've seen the model. 100%. So Lionel Johnson is meant to be coming back. From what I've been told, he has a He-Man type silhouette. I presume that means like his paws, holding the sword in the air. And obviously there's a lot of other rumours in regards to other Primarchs coming back. Lehman Russ for one. Should be interesting to see if they do bring Lehman Russ back. So I think the Space Wolves definitely need some love, and I'd be interested to see how their range refresh went. Right, is that cloth? That does look like cloth. See the spikes? Literally sharp as fuck. So we're going to get this brass done, and then we're going to start putting the glazes in on the skin. I imagine this is going to take me quite a few hours to do. I've kind of set the sort of tone of what I want him to look like with the face. And the way I look at it, this is like the centerpiece of my army, so I really need to go hard at him, make him look really, really good. Sorry if he's out of camera. Just trying to get this bit of brass done. Any questions? Anything that you want to know regarding Angron? Right. Starting to get some colour onto him. Oh, wow, we've almost been on an hour. Time flies when you're having fun. How's the video doing? Cool, happy with that. Not as good as the Corn Berserker one though, which is a little bit worrying, but hopefully it'll pick up. Hopefully it will. Right. Gonna need to go to my trusty GW website and then have a look at the back of him, because I want to see what all of that is there, those vents. Are they organic or are they metallic? Because they look organic. Yeah, this is screaming out for true metallics. True metallics and verdigris. Should be fun. Mrs. Pointy. Love it. I love it. Evening, darling. Little Mrs. Pointy to the stream, everybody. Oh, so much brass. So, brass is probably going to need at least a second coat, especially on these larger, flatter panels. Then I'm going to need to shade them, but I want to at least use this leg here. So I think this leg's a good leg. Possible, or maybe, yeah, that leg's actually a good leg for a brass tutorial. A little bit of true metallics. I'm going to need to get a layer on there first. Can't believe you changed your name, Bibs. It's quality. Love it. Right. So I need to let that dry, and I'm going to put another coat on certain areas. Mainly these larger, flatter panels inside here as well. And here. Just where it's a little bit patchy. And then from there we will start to get the sort of glazes in onto the red. Start getting the red highlighted up. because the shoulder pads are going to essentially, so you got those three little prongs, they sit on the shoulder, so you don't have to have any armour on his upper body at all. You can keep the chest plate off and the shoulder pads off. Not too sure about the cowl. You probably would need the cowl, but you don't really, you might not need that either. But you will end up with that bit there, that power pack. So you could have him pretty bare chested if you want. So looking at that, with the way that that's positioned, is the right one, isn't it? Yeah. So the way that glues in will glue in there. When you actually look at that shoulder pad, you're not really going to see any of it. You're mainly going to see this part here. But even then, once you get that glued into place as well, like that, you're not really going to see the vast majority of that red. So you kind of need to be sort of just inside there. You need the highlights there, but most of the highlights are going to be coming down his back and up onto this part here. And that's going to be the same for this arm as well, when that shoulder pad goes in. But you're going to see a little bit more of that one. So what we'll do is we'll work on that arm first, and then get it on. So there's still quite a bit to do base coating wise, but we'll do that. So I mean, sub-assemblies for this is going to be pretty important, but what I want to do is check Games Workshop, because I want to check online. I want to see, that power pack. I want to see if it shows you it. Right, here we go. World Eaters. Mr. Ron. Ooh, apparently he's sold out. What a surprise. What a shock horror. Angron is sold out. And you're not going to show me. There we go. Cool, right. So what I'm going to do is we'll flip this over so you can see what I'm looking at. So these things here on the GW website are amazing for being able to look at models and sort of working out what things are and everything else. So as you can see, it's quite dark down his back. So what I can do is sort of glaze in some corn red and black along the back of that. I think personally he's a little bit lighter than that. I think it's just the way that they've done the picture. But that there looks black, and so does that, with the metallic colours there in the middle. Yeah, so they're black. Okay, right, I'll do them black with that as well. Right, and I like the verdigris there. I want to do something like that on mine, as well as on that leg there. But the metallics on this are amazing. They really are nice. See what I mean? As soon as you go to sort of like the bigger picture, it kind of like brightens up a little bit. So it's whatever process they use to create this kind of darkens it down a little bit more. So I love that brass. So what I'm on about with the wings is I want to do this pink part up here, blending into the red. So yeah, right, cool. So we're going to do some glazing, but what I'm going to do is I might grab a quick drink and let this dry fully, and then get this leg and that leg done with another coat, and then allow that to dry, and then get the glaze over the top. Actually no, screw it, because I can use my hairdryer. So he's a big guy. I mean, for Primark models, he's... I don't know, I would say Mortorian has got more detail on him than Angron. Teclis was probably one of the longest miniatures I did. I think that was close to 160 hours in total over a 6-month period. That model took so long. Right. Let's get that extra layer on. So essentially what I want is to get it to the point where I can get it, the base made, and then get him on the base. Get the base painted once I've made it. Right. See that split there? See, metallics don't normally take too long, so you can give them a wash and then edge highlight them, and then give them an extreme highlight of silver, and they look pretty good. Right, let's let that dry. Okay. There it is. Right, we're going to do a glaze of Barkenau Burgundy. Well, I say glaze, it's more like a very thin wash. If you don't have Barkenau Burgundy, get some Ink by Darkness and Corn Red. Do about a 50-50 mix and you'll get the colour. Right. So this is quite thin, as you can see. Even though this shoulder pad's going to be covered, well, sorry, this shoulder's going to be covered with a shoulder pad, at least just cover it in paint anyway, just in case, I don't know, you decide that you're not going to do it. I'm not going to do that wing, so I'm not going to go all the way up this arm. Just going to get it in around the bottom. Anything that we've missed, we'll tidy up. But until then, what I'm going to do is get some corn red and mix a little bit of black into it. We're just going to cover the back of the tail. I'm getting thirsty. Try and get a drink soon. Best way to approach large models like this is just break them down into parts and just do a part at a time, and then methodically work your way through, because otherwise you can get really overwhelmed and just lose interest. Pardon me. Right, so I'm going to darken this down a lot more on the tail, but for now, I think the tail part is probably going to take me the longest, because I'm going to come back in and get it to almost a sort of dirty black, reddy brown. Blend all that in. Let that dry, and we get a wash of Inky by Darkness, and then we'll focus this into the sort of deepest areas. And then we start with the corn red and work it all back up again. But I'll dry it with a hairdryer, and while I'm be right back, I'll get myself a fresh drink. It's good. I like that. The average viewing duration for the Angron minute video is almost at 5 minutes, which is really, really good. Really, really good. I'm actually really happy with that, actually. Yeah, that's good. Needs more views and a more higher impressions, but other than that, I'm happy with that. Right, it needs to dry. Right, give me a second. Right, using the hairdryer. Cool. So got that wash. So what we're going to do now is mainly just focus this. If you've watched the video for the skin, for the face, you'll see this is what I do on that. Focus this wash into the deepest areas. Again, we're going to be tidying up with the corn red anyway, so it's not much of a problem if we make a mess. If you do get like pooling like that and you don't like it, you can just take it off with a clean brush. Right. Okay, so what we need to do now is let that dry for a bit, and then we can start building up the reds. So like I said, I want to, well, while that's drying actually, and get Screamer Pink and plot that colour in right at the top. So the fun part of painting, I always find, is getting everything blocked in. Still inky by darkness on my brush, so I've kind of got this cool sort of greeny pink colour going on here. So what I want to do is, when I get to painting this stage, I want to blend these two colours in. the red and the pink. I'll go along all of that anyway. Now the way I'm going to do the membranes is I've already decided how I'm going to do them. As you can see them like this, I'm going to get some of the greys and I'm going to wet blend the grey colour here going into a black up to the top, same here, up into a black, grey going up into a black, and the same as then, and obviously the reverse on the outside fold. But I'll do them very much last. Or at least when I've done the skin on the wings. I really like the paint job that the studio team has done, so I want to try to copy it as much as I can. These are going to be really fun to do, this part up here. Once I get this on, what I'll do is I'll wash this area here with the Barracknard Burgundy, and then I'll put in the Ink by Darkness into the shadows, and then see what time it is, and then we'll maybe do some of that blending, or at least start it. If you're going to take the time to get a big centerpiece model like this for your army, then, you know, really go to town on it. Try to do the best you can. I'm trying to get Mrs. Pointy to paint up some Sisters of Battle, but I've warned her it's a slippery slope. Once she paints one, she'll want to paint another. And once she paints another, it'll eventually turn into a small army. And then the inevitable, well, I'd like to play, will happen. And rather than Mahjong nights on the kitchen table, we're playing Warhammer 40k boarding actions on the kitchen table. Right, leave those two. It's going to need at least another coat before I can do any with that, but you'll get the blend here basically. So what I want is the pink to be about here, and then from here to about here I want the transition to happen into the red, and then I'll be highlighting all of these areas around there, bringing them up into a brighter colour. But you kind of get the rough idea of what I'm going to be doing with it. That's just plotting it in. It's not really. That's going to need to be a lot darker at the back. But yeah, there's a lot of work needs on him. Like, that needs to be brass as well. Didn't see that. Then all the leather needs to be done. But I think it's going to look pretty good when he's finished. Okay. Let's do some cleaning up with the red. Pardon me. So let's have a little look on this shoulder pad again. Okay, so we're looking at in there, in here, and then in and around that arm muscle. Cool. Use a size 1, I think. You could wet blend all of this, but you sort of speed it up a bit. And 100% you can glaze and adjust things at the end. That you're not happy with, or you've pushed the shadows slightly too high or too low. Alright, let me get by. Some bark bar. Just make up some more washes for this wing arm. I've stabbed myself now about 5 or 6 times on this model. If anyone's just joined us and not working out what I'm doing, there is a YouTube video up on the skin right now, which I did for the face. Go check that out and then you'll see what I'm doing. Right. Just want to mark there, 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 and there. Right, cool. Medium of that Incubi Darkness is gone weird. For the veins on his arm, I'm going to mix in some blues and purples together, and then I'm going to glaze over them, sort of pick them out. Although I'm not too sure why a demon has massive, great big biceps with muscles in them and veins when he's technically not real. Right, I'm going to get some Mephiston. So I'm mainly going to focus on this part right now, and then I can do the other parts of the body as I'm working through him. And then what I want to do is basically get the upper part of the body done and the wings, and then start working down, I think. Yeah, I think that's probably the way I'll do it. So I need some Mephiston red, not men, Mephiston apparently, as Tom pointed out. I was saying it wrong earlier in the video. If you make mistakes on the brass at this stage, don't worry, because you can always come back, tidy it up once you've basically got all of the red done. So this is the 50-50 mix of corn red and Memphis thin red. I apologise if I'm breathing too much, my nose is a bit blocked. So you're starting to get that red colour to the arm. An airbrush is really handy at this stage because you can just, you know, airbrush these transitions in. So I'm not going right up onto the shoulder because that pauldron is going to be sat there. Kind of see it now, brightening up. Again, we can smooth this out a lot later on with some more finer glazes and stuff into that. But right now, just working up that highlight. So using a size 1 brush from Rosemary CO right now. So just placing the colour on and just feathering it out just to create that transition. flags in the way. So you can see it's really small layers that I'm working on. On the face it seemed to be a lot faster because it's smaller areas, whereas this I kind of need to build up those transitions. Yeah, getting there. Right, gonna get some evil suns. I'm probably not gonna glaze up all the way up to the Troll Slayer on the arm and stuff, purely because I'll use the Troll Slayer more for an edge highlight. Like on these little scars and things like that he has. Right. Okay. You can do a lot of fun with glazes. Sort of like glazing some different light sources and stuff like that. edge highlights in there, and then I'm going to add a couple of glazes in just to strengthen the shadows a little bit. Just have a little look. Ooh, almost finished for the night. Ah, yeah, that's looking good. Right, that's what I want to do. It's very carefully. Glaze in some of the shadow colour. Ow. Stab myself again with the damn claws. See what that looks like. Happy days. Still all of that in there to do. Yeah, I'll do that part off camera because it's going to take ages. Cool. Right. Oh, getting there. Right. Okay. I wonder what that's for. Just found like a little indentation in his arm. Ah. Okay. That must be for the cowl. That's where that must sit. Yeah, English failed me there. So if I'm going to paint this, are you actually going to be able to see it? That's the main question. Because normally I would be very much up for painting everything, even if you don't see it at all. But I would like to get this guy done this year. Okay, you are going to see that. Okay. definitely looking good. It's going to be a lot of work. Cool. Calling the stream shortly, so I can go make a brew and chill out for the night. But I will be back again this week, and we will be working on the big man a bit more. It's probably going to be, I'll probably say it's the end of the week, probably a Friday. I'll stream again. By that point, I hopefully have most of the arm area done, but we'll see how that goes. Just keep an eye out on the stream. Especially the channel for any up and coming streams, but Angron is definitely the focus for the channel for a while until he's finished. So you're probably going to get bored of him after a bit. So I need to get all in there. Just put a little bit of an highlight along the top of this muscle here, and just in there. And then I'll be happy enough with that. Just get a little bit of Evil Sun Scarlet underneath that neck part. Yeah, for the first part, it's not bad. It's getting there. So these parts here are all going to be built up, keeping that sort of tealy colour into the recesses. I think it'll look interesting. Like so. Now I really want to get that blend here done in with the pink into the red, but I'm going to have to build up this red a little bit first and then blend the two in together. So I want to get this part done, and then I'll work on the inside part, and then I can do this and then this. Because once I've got the upper body, then it's mainly just the wing membranes and stuff that I'll need done on that part, and then I can work down. But I think it's going to look pretty good. Sure. I'm tempted just to do this blend now, to be fair. Time is it? Oh, I'm not going to have time. Next stream. The next stream will do it. Because the Screamer Pink and the Corn Red work really well together. They just blend so nicely into each other. Get that nice transition. When that dries, you'll get this lovely sort of transition from the pink into the red. Like that. So nice. So nice. Just go over it more than once just to strengthen it, but you get a really nice set of colours there. A lot of complementary colours. You know, we'll be bringing these up and then giving the edge highlights in. That's going to be a lot of work because there's a lot of little bits of detail, but with a blue in there it'll look good. But yeah, happy with how he is looking. Let's zoom out a little bit. So yeah, not bad. So yeah, the video is up on. So the video for him, his skin and everything is up on the channel now. If you want to go and check that out, obviously please, you know, throw us a sub, like the stream, like the other video, and ring the bell for any notifications. And I'll be back streaming probably Friday night. I'll have to speak to Mrs. Pointy, see what we've got planned for the week, and yeah, it should be all good. So just make sure you check out the video, and I'll see you in the next one. The next video for him, no idea yet, I haven't decided, but there'll be another video shortly for him, and one on Warhammer Plus and Games Workshop screwing over their customers. It's all good, but it's going to be good. Right, see you later everybody.